Once you feel like your body's in a comfortable position, just allow yourself to arrive into the practice as always. Let go of any plans for the day, any ideas of where you need to be other than on the mat, just for the next half hour. Let's start just by bringing our attentions into our senses. Might start just by closing down the eyes or just focusing the gaze inwards. And maybe the ears listen out to sounds around you. Maybe the touch of your legs and feet to the ground, or your hands just resting on the body. You might notice the smells around. Feeling of the tongue in the mouth, just resting on the roof of the mouth. So often we feel like our mind and our body are disconnected, that we just live in our minds. And this can happen if we have busy thought after busy thought, one cascading into the other, all the time rushing about. But of course, we hold so much of our energy, so much of our emotion in our body, not just in our mind. We all know this instinctively. So we just take a moment to bring attention into the body, not just through all the five senses, but also through this idea of a sixth sense. The sixth sense being this energy that we have flowing around us, a sense of vitality, a life force. So we get energy into our body through the food we eat, the air we breathe. So just start to notice the next breath. Shoulders are heavy. Just allow the whole body to be heavy. Let's take our arms by the side of the body. We'll inhale to lift the arms up, reach them wide and high. And then sigh out. Allow the shoulders to drop, palms to slowly come down. Let's turn the palms up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, let it go. One more time. Let's take one hand to heart center, one hand to belly. Start to feel into our next breath. Might feel the lower belly expand. And once you find the rhythm of the breath, just follow it. Each inhale, each exhale. So today we're going to be a little bit of work into our shoulders and then a little bit into our back body, our hamstrings. Two places in our body we can hold a lot of tension that quite often restrict our mobility and sense of ease and well-being in our body. Our back body, our bladder meridian, is part of the water element of Chinese medicine. So we might start today just with a Taoist story about water. Once was a very wise sage that lived in the mountains, and people always went to visit him to find out the meaning of life. One day, a very uptight young businessman decided he needed to know meaning, so he went on a long journey, walked up the mountain, found the wise sage, said to him, "Please, master, tell me how I can be successful." And the wise sage said, "You must answer this question. What is the shape of water?" And the businessman got a bit confused by this. As he was thinking, the sage poured some tea into a cup. The businessman said, "I see. The water is the shape of the cup. It's round." And then the master poured the water from the cup into a vase right next to them. The businessman said, "Now I see. It can be a cup or it can be a vase." And then the master poured the water from the vase onto the sand on the ground, and the water disappeared. And this really confused the businessman. He didn't really know what to say. The master beckoned him towards the kitchen. He was boiling a pot of water for the next cup of tea. He pointed to the steam coming from the pot. "What is it now?" The businessman was even more confused. And then he beckoned the businessman outside and pointed up to the end of the roof. And there was a place on the roof where water dripped onto the ground and it had eroded away the stone on the path. "Have a look what water does here," he'd said. So the answer to this question, this idea of what is the shape of water, is that it's always close to reality, always changing, always adapting, never arguing with reality, not one thing or the other, always changing. So if we want to be successful, this is how we need to also be. Let go of sense of self and the idea of who we must be or who we are. Always learning, always changing, always adapting, always fitting in where we are needed, always moving, always nourishing those around us. All right, let's move our bodies. Slowly open your eyes if they're shut. Let's pull our shoulders right up to the ears, big shrug. Today we just explore this sixth sense, this idea of energy, and maybe we let go of who we are, some of the fixed identities of what we need to be, what we need to become. So we just get used to learning and change and become just a little bit more likely to be able to adapt to whatever the world sends to us. Let's wrap left arm under the right. See if we can draw the palms towards each other. Just use knuckles if you need to. We'll inhale to lift the elbows up. Exhale, sink the shoulders down. Inhale, lift the elbows up. Exhale, sink them down. One more time. Side out. Let's take left arm behind the back. We'll bend the elbow, creep the knuckles up between the shoulder blades, just wherever they land. You can take your right arm over the top. If your hands don't meet, that's okay. Just grab a hold of your shirt, whatever you have. So we have one lot of fingers pointing up and one pointing down. And just hold it here. Take a breath. When you're ready, bring the arms out wide. This time we'll wrap the opposite arm under, right arm under, left arm over the top. Inhale to lift the elbows up. Exhale, side out. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, let it go. One more time. And we'll take the right arm, bend the elbow, take it up, creep it up between the shoulder blades, fingers pointing up. And our left arm comes over the top, fingers pointing down. Maybe the fingers reach, maybe not. Just take a breath. Chest is open. See if you can bring attention in between the shoulder blades and just drop them down. Side out. Let's take both arms wide and just take some small circles, both directions. And then we'll take the elbows all the way behind the back, open the chest, and then wrap them around. Take a breath. Let's note which arm is on top. Let's open the elbows wide and switch arms, opposite arm on top. Let's try that again. Open up, big breath. Exhale, side out. One more time. And let it go. This time we'll take both arms up. Fingers are pointing up. And drop the shoulders down. Just really consciously bring your attention in between the shoulder blades. Drop it down. Just take a few breaths here. See if you can press through the sit bones. Whole body is heavy. Let's inhale together. And as we exhale, we'll take the elbows down so our arms are in a W shape, arms facing upwards. Again, just bring attention between the shoulders, drop it down. Every time we move our arms up, we tend to raise our shoulders. So let's see if we can train our shoulders to be heavy even as our arms move. Strengthening and supporting our movement. Let's take a breath here. And then we'll sigh out to take the arms back up, keeping the shoulders heavy. Take a breath in and side out, drop the elbows back down. Let's inhale to push our arms, palms in both directions. And then we'll side out to draw the hands in toward each other. Inhale as our hands stay here. Exhale, push out. Inhale, draw the hands together. Exhale, let it go. One more time. And side. All right, let's shake it out, shake it out. We're just going to creep our hand above the shoulder. Find the trapezius muscle, that muscle that connects your neck to your shoulder blade. Just going to press in here on the top, on the middle of the shoulder blade, and just allow the arm to hang and just explore a little and move through the movement of your shoulder joint. It's a ball and socket joint, which effectively means it can rotate in every direction. Only a few of these joints in our whole body, hips, shoulders. So just explore and maybe notice where the point is when you have stiffness or soreness, and just explore that area without putting any tension into it. Take the arm right to that point. Keep pressing in with the opposite hand into this trapezius muscle, just letting go. And let's slowly come around to the other side, halfway between neck and shoulder. Just creep around top of the shoulder blade. Just find the spot and just explore the movement. Every day when we practice, we learn something about ourselves. This idea of being a participant in our health rather than a patient. We might notice things about our body, places where holding tension. Maybe we remind ourselves that we can only really change ourselves. We love to think we can change other people, change our environment. One thing we're in control of is our own choices, our own actions every day. Let's bring hands together just behind the back. You can keep the palms pressing into each other, fingers pointing down. If you want to challenge yourself, you can try fingers pointing up, palm pressing into palm. Drop the shoulders down. Take a breath. And we'll just try one more shoulder muscle. The levator scapulae is kind of your shrug muscle. We're going to take one arm, bend the elbow in, and just rest it on your shoulder. Take the elbow as high as you can. Doesn't matter what it looks like, just whatever works for your body. Then we're going to wrap our other arm over the head and just draw the chin in towards the shoulder, the nose towards the armpit. Very elegant. Neck is long. Let's take a breath. You might like to look towards your opposite knee. And slowly roll the shoulders. And then we'll switch to the other side. So bend the elbow, bring it over the shoulder. Take the elbow as high as works for your body. Wrap the opposite arm over the head. And we're just drawing that nose towards the armpit, chin to shoulder. Take a breath. Hold so much tension in our neck and this part of our shoulders. Just sense of allowing and breathing through the movement. And let's roll the shoulders one more time. All right, let's take our block away. Come down onto the ground. We're going to take the knees wide, feet together, soles of the feet together. Wrap the hands around. And just maybe rock a little from side to side. Again, just explore this part of our body where we hold so much tension. Rolling through the glutes, the hips. Let's extend one leg long. And we'll pick up our opposite foot and knee, one hand and the other, just opening through the hips. Upper body is soft. Make sure we're not holding tension in neck or teeth. Just allow your body to explore this movement. Let's place that foot down on the ground. Maybe pull the flesh out away from your sit bones a little. See if you can bring this knee, the knee of the bended leg, down towards the floor. Doesn't have to quite get there. Then we're just going to stack our shoulder over our elbow and roll along the inside line of the leg, inside the femur bone. Just feel like you're kneading the dough of your leg, allowing energy to settle and move along these lines in our body. Slowly come up. Let's extend that left leg out. This time we'll pick up the right foot, right knee. Just open through the hip joint. And slowly bring the foot into the side of the leg. Might pull the flesh apart again. Just allow the knee to be heavy. And then we'll slowly lean over. Make sure shoulder is stacked over the elbow. This way we just teach our body to support each movement. Allowing ourselves to be grounded, just connected to this idea of safety and security from the earth, from gravity. All right, let's slowly take both legs forward. Press the heels into the ground. Flex the feet. We're going to see if we can grow tall through long neck. Base of the spine is extending up. Feel like you're being pulled through the crown of the head, and then just slowly extend forward. I'm trying to touch our toes here. We're just letting our head be heavy. Strong sensation in the back of the legs. Press the heels into the ground. Your knees need to bend a little, that's okay. If you have any pressure in your lower back, just come back up to sit. Grow tall again. Slowly extend forward. This way we bend through our thoracic spine rather than lumbar spine. And just come into the breath here. Take a moment. You might like to follow each breath. Inhale all the way. Exhale, letting it go. Let's reach our fingers forward. Just get a sense for where they land. And just note how close to your toes you get. And then we're going to come back up to sit tall. We're going to move forward, so moving towards the screen. Lifting one sit bone and reaching forward with the same side arm, and then switching to the other side. So you might move with the breath. drawing energy from the mid part of the body, reaching forward. And again, just come up to sit straight if you feel like there's any pressure on the lower back. When you need to, start coming back. Lift the sit bone, lift the heel. And when you get back to wherever you started, just take a lean forward. Just notice whether your fingers can go a little further than before. And then let's take the hands behind. Pick the knees up, maybe just rotate from side to side. Side out. All right, let's try that one more time. Extend the legs. Press the heels into the floor. Feel that long, strong sensation in the back of the legs. Pull the flesh away from the sit bones. Spine is long, neck is long. Tuck the chin in. Feel tall. Let's take the arms above the head. Big inhale. And then we reach forward. Moving from side to side. And when you need to, just come back the other direction. You want all the power to come from this lower belly. Japan, they call it the hara. Chinese medicine, the dantian. Let's take a lean forward again to see how far the hands get this time. Maybe you notice a little bit of an improvement. And then when you're ready, let's come down all the way onto our back. Draw the knees into the chest. Wrap the arms around. Make sure the tailbone stays heavy here. Might tuck the chin in. Back of the neck is long. Side out. Let's prop ourselves back up onto our elbows. We'll come back up to sit. We're just going to crawl our hands to one side. Again, pressing through the heels. Walk the hands around all the way. Look behind. And then we'll walk around again. Come around to the other side. Exploring twist. Let's walk the hands back. Each side again. Side out. Inhale to grow tall in the center. Exhale, twist to the side. Let's move with the breath. Inhaling, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale to the center. Exhale, let it go. One more time each side. All right, if you have your belt or your strap, grab that. We're going to come down onto the ground, all the way down. And we'll place the belt over the ball of the foot and just extend the leg up. Just take hold of the belt, flexing the ankle. Check back in that your tailbone is heavy, back of the head heavy. And just hold the leg in the spot that you feel like is as far as you can go. So you feel a strong sensation in the hamstring. Take a breath. We're going to inhale together, press through the bottom of the foot, press towards the roof. Feel like we're extending the leg out, and then as we sigh out, we're going to see if we can just coax the foot a little closer to the head. Inhale to push up. Exhale, walk the foot a little closer. You might be surprised the movement here. Let's inhale again, push hard. Exhale, draw the leg in. Inhale to push up. Exhale, draw the leg closer. Just when we think we can't move any further, just take another breath. Side out. Just notice that strong sensation. Breathe through it. Monkey mind might be telling us we need to move, but every time it interrupts your breath, just come back to the breath. Side out. Now we're going to see if we can extend this leg wide, but before we do, let's bring our right hand onto our hip bone. And we're just going to see if we can hold this hip bone steady. So as we open wide and open our hip flexor, we don't move into our spine. So let's inhale together. Exhale to slowly bring the leg wide and just take it as far as you can before you feel your hip bone wanting to rise. Doesn't matter where you get to. Not trying to reach the ground. Side out. Let's inhale to slowly bring it back up. Keeping that hip bone steady. Take a breath in. Exhale, open it out. Just take it as far as you can before you feel that body wanting to twist. Now you should feel a strong sensation on the adductor muscles on the inside of the thigh. Maybe in the hip joint, side out. And then we slowly bring the leg back up. Let's take the strap out of that. Extend that leg long. Leg might feel a little longer, you never know. Let's take it around the bottom ball of the left foot. Extend the leg long. Walk your hands up the belt. Come back to the tailbone, back of the head, everything heavy. Let's inhale together. And as we sigh out, maybe we pull the leg a little closer. Knee comes towards the head. Inhale, press through the heel, press through the ball of the foot, high. Side out, draw the foot forward. If you feel a bit of shakiness in your leg and your knee, that's okay. Just support the movement. Breathe with ease. Your next breath, push up high, press through the heel, and as we sigh out, draw the leg a little closer. Just explore this movement in your own time, in your own breath. Maybe the sense of water element energy flowing through the body. Bladder meridian runs right from big toe right along the back of the legs, either side of the spine, back of the neck, right over the top of the head, longest meridian line in the body. Let's take a breath in. Let's bring our left hand down to our hip, the supporting hip. As we sigh out, let's see if we can open this hip a little wider, making sure left hip bone doesn't rise. Just take it as far as your body allows. Sigh out. We'll inhale to draw the leg back up. Exhale, let it go. Slowly drawing the leg down. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, let it go. One more time. Inhale to take it back up. Exhale, remove the strap. Let's draw the knees into the chest again. Maybe a little massage through the spine. You might like to take one hand to each knee and just open through the hips. We're going to bring one last twisting movement into the body. Let's take our soles of the feet to the ground. Press the feet into the floor, press the hands in. Let's inhale together. As we exhale, let's lift the tailbone up. Press through the hands, press through the feet. Now, if you feel comfortable here, see if you can keep the balance pressing through the feet as we lift one arm across the body, touching the ground, side out. Inhale back to the center, and then twist to the other side. Keep pressing through the feet the whole way. Lift the tailbone high. Side out as we twist from one side to the other. Side out. Moving with the breath. And if you'd like to stay in the bridge position. Meeting back in the center, roll the spine down. Let's take our arms wide, heavy to the ground. Draw the knees into the chest. Take a big breath in. As we sigh out, knees come down slowly to the right hand side. Shoulders stay heavy. Let it go. And with your next breath, slowly roll back onto the spine. Draw the knees into the chest. Big breath in and side out, roll to the left. Rolling back onto the spine. Let's do one more each side. This time as we bring our knees to the right, let's turn our neck to the left. Maybe looking towards the extended arm. Inhaling to roll back into the center. Knees to the left, neck turns to the right. Let's roll back onto the spine. Reach in between our knees. Let's find the feet. Draw them into the body. Tailbone stays heavy. Press your feet into the hands. Pull the feet, pull the knees into the chest. Just allow head to be heavy. Come up into a seated position. If you'd like to join me in just a short roll and massage along the spine, tuck the chin in, tuck the knees into the chest, and just take a few rolls along the spine. When you're ready, extend the legs as wide as you can. Press the heels into the floor. Extend the spine long, and then just slowly walk the hands forward. Head is heavy. slowly walk the feet back. We'll just finish practice in a seated position. You might like to cross the legs, maybe come back onto your block if you have one. Let's draw the hands to heart center. Maybe bring our attention back to this idea of the sixth sense, our sense of the energy in our body, connection between our mind and body, connection between ourselves and the ground beneath us, our environment. You might remember the story of the businessman who went to visit the wise monk. Maybe instead of looking for all these answers outside of ourselves, all these ways we might be successful, all these tricks and bits of wisdom, maybe we just look inside ourselves. As we answer this question, what is the shape of water? We teach ourselves simply to be adaptable, to be always changing, to notice, to nourish around us, to feed things as we flow, to keep moving without hesitation. Let's bow to each other, acknowledging shared practice today. Thanks, everyone.